snow and ice and whistling winds doesn't mean farewell to sport, not a bit of it. There's fun to be found on the paper white hills. So get out your skis or shees or whatever you call them and shoot like a human arrow down the shining slopes. These fellows you see here are only the vanguard of thousands who think that winter's fun is the best fun of all. Forget your cozy fireside. Find your sport in zero weather. What if you do go ears over tea kettle into the fluffy blanket? Even experts do that at times, and it's always a laugh. Sissies don't play winter games, but you'll play them and like them. Now, here's a good trick, but sometimes it is a little hard on the torso. In skiing, the fun lies downhill, but what goes down must first go up. So to save time and effort, ingenious humans have rigged up an endless belt to haul folks to the top of the hill. It saves a lot of leg power. That is, if you can hold on to the rope. Speaking of leg power, here's where it comes in handy. A fella needs plenty in this downhill race against time. A cross-country test over terrain so bumpy it shakes a man to bits. Spill? Why, sure they spill. Falls are part of any icebound program. But racers come up quickly and skid on their lightning way between ice-fretted trees, gold-tipped by the sun. Here's an obstacle to be hurdled at top speed. And there's a sharp turn to make. This is a game that lifts you up and throws you down, but positively. And when you get up, why, bop, there you are again. Oh, hum, and down again 3 times is out in any league. And then the others race on past with increasing speed, on to the end of the trail. Ski jumping demands even more skill than racing, an incredible sense of balance, and the grace of a swooping bird. Here's one of the longest and toughest jumps in the world. Taking off that runway at a mile a minute and coming down squarely on the runners is a job for a fine athlete. Even the best of them need plenty of practice to avoid stern landings like this one into the crowd. Now we're going to show you a really spectacular crack-up. Out into the abyss, he loses balance and comes slamming down like a rock from a third-story window. But he indicates he's all right with a gay wave. From skis to boats may seem like a transformation from winter to summer, but not so, my friends, not so. These graceful windjammers are mounted on skates, and when the wind huffs and puffs, they grab the bone in their teeth and go places in a hurry. It takes a sailor to handle an ice yacht, for sometimes they act like a bucking bronco with a couple of martinis under its belt. And there's one starting to act up now. Hold it, fella. But it's harder to hold than a slippery eel, and there he goes. Fun seekers at zero are inventive souls. Give them skates and sails and hard water, and they'll do all right even if they haven't any boats. Boy, they skim around that lake like wildcats on wheels. But one-man sails are not the easiest things in the world to handle, because they have to be put through a lot of maritime maneuvers. If you're not wise to the ways of the wind, that sail will pick you up and lay you down, and not gently either. But regular skating, that's a different matter. It's the oldest of competitive winter sports, and was popular long before skiing or ice boating were ever thought of. What a picture those youngsters make swinging down the ice, long, striding, and fast. There's the rhythm of living as well as the rhythm of racing in a blood-quickening sprint. Round the bend they come bunched together, no one having a great advantage. Then on into the backstretch, stepping up the pace, breathlessly driving on and on. They're full of the zest for fun, the determination to win even if it means a slap-happy slide across the finish line. This gentleman on stilts, though, will prove to us there's more to skating than sheer speed. There's grace, sinuous, aerial grace, man on foot never seems to achieve. Our silver garb star will prove that, and incidentally uncork a few tricks even Sonia Haney hasn't unveiled before our startled gaze as yet. He pirouettes and spins like a whirling dervish attacked by vertigo. But you practically ain't seen nothing at all yet when it comes to fancy skating. He hasn't even started. Here's a little matter of jumping over furniture, hippity-hop like a kangaroo, only much prettier if you know what I mean. But that isn't the best thing he can pull out of his bag of tricks. He's the McCoy on steel blades. Look at him cut in and out between those doohickeys. Marvelous, eh? But there's even more. For the real payoff, take a gander at this. They call this broom hockey, but it ought to be called Down Went McGinty, for there they go. Well, after bouncing noses on the ice, the old powder puff has to get a workout. Instead of sweeping out the living room, these gals figure to get their fun and exercise batting a football with what Mom pushed instead of a vacuum cleaner. And baby, do they go to town. Look at 'em ranging along the rink, swinging and falling. They're up and down so much it looks like though they rehearsed in an elevator. If that's hockey, I'm an Arabian wrestler. But they're having fun, so what does it matter? They race around helter-skelter until, I'll bet that hurt. Well, it's in a good cause, and there's a goal. What's wrong, referee? It looked okay to me. Get going, man. Ah, they caught him. Well, better him than me, even if they are pulling their punches. Now for another burlesque of a standard pastime, basketball. It's tough enough to play on a regular floor, but on ice, wowsy dow. Look at that basket. It ought to be easy to drop the ball in, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, it's in. Trying to play baseball on ice is even worse. A smacking single through short, and it puts a man on first. Next man up. Yep, and there's another base hit. 2 men on. The old Army game now, bunt 'em along. There it goes, down the infield. A nice little hopper, and everybody's safe. Yeah, and more than that, there's a wild throw. Get going, man. Move on down to second. And the first baseman pulls a flying tackle on the runner. It doesn't help, though. Nobody out. Time for the defense to get smarter. The ball game's over. And the pitcher tries to nip the runner off second. What a heave, a mile into the outfield. And here comes a run into the plate. Look out, catcher. Skates are worse than spikes. And if you're hit, it's goodbye face. Trotting horses make you think of hot August days and the blazing excitement of the Hambletonian. Not of the metallic blue of a winter sky and snow banked by a trackside. But harness men don't let winter slow them down. They put spikes on their trotters' hoofs, and off they spin, daring the ice to do its work. Here is beauty as well as sport wrapped in one package. Black satin in flowing motion against a white backdrop, hoofs beating out a staccato tattoo. Winter brings a new phase, a keen, delightful difference to the grand old harness racing game. Crack the whip, Goshen, and the $10,000 purses will look easy after this. The horses used for ski-yoring never heard of anything as polite as a trotting race. They're wild, snorting fellows who thunder in full flight through the snow with men trailing after them like tails on a kite. Here's a reckless, neck-risking pastime that's one of the most thrilling of winter sports. And when a smash-up roars out of the unexpected, you take it. But for a pulse-hammering moment, fun with a thrill in it, try a bobsled ride down Mount Van Hovenberg at 80 miles an hour. The greased runners hum like banjo strings, the heart pounds high and fast. Whee! Round the corner with no lessening of the dizzy pace. There's danger every inch of the way. But you want a hint of peril in winter sport. It adds zest and bite. Faster, faster, maybe there's a record to be set. And here we come, bulleting across the finish line, brakes sending up a foam of pulverized snow. Another crew pushes off on the fastest bobsled run in the world. No prize for the risk involved, no mercenary motives, nothing but the quest for fun and stimulant for the nerves. Every fraction of a second counts when you're chasing a record down that static river of ice. The smallest miscalculation will send the sled rocketing over the edge of the track to disaster. Oh, there's trouble in a smash-up that's terrific. Snow fooling.